welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing this really crazy bright colourful look, not quite a rainbow but sort of getting there. It reminds me of like, I don't know, like a bird of paradise or some sort of exotic flower. I might just like look up some exotic flowers and like name the look after that. I'm not sure what the name of this look is going to be, but obviously it will have a title when it's up. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you've watched any of my other tutorials, you know I don't usually start out like this, like close up with one eye done and my base done, but it's an incredibly hot day today and I thought I would just have a little experiment and get one eye done and then come and show you the other one on camera. For my base I've just used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin. I always hear people pronounce it as vitamin, but I think it's just like American versus English, so it's the Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and then I just used the Tarte Ravens with the C foundation, and then I've just filled in my brows with the NYX micro pencil. I've used the Tarte Shape Tape under my eyes and on my lid. So we're going to go in with a couple of different palettes, but obviously just use what you have in your collection, and then we've got a white liner going on. So to start off with, I'm going to take my Sigma E40 brush, which just looks like this. It's just sort of a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to go into the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I'm going to start off with the yellow, and I'm just going to run that through the crease as like a start transition shade. You can go in with a lighter colour to start off with if you want, if you're more comfortable doing that, but this is just the way that I started it. This look came out a bit differently from what I was planning, but hopefully it will look cool in the end. I'm just blending that in. This brush has got a little bit of orange on it where I blended the other eye, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be putting some orange on anyway. So I'm just going to load up my brush with some yellow and place that up quite high so you can sort of see the yellow when the eye is open. And then I'm going to take this more sort of dense brush. I think this is just from the brand 17. And I'm going to go into that neon orange colour and apply that onto the crease in a little bit more of a dense motion. And then I'm just going to go lightly back into that yellow and use that to blend the two together. I've just zoomed the camera in a little bit more, so sorry if it looks slightly different from the last frame. I'm now going to go into the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, which is this palette, and then I'm just going to put some of the NYX glitter primer on the lid and sort of just like pack it onto the mobile lid. And then I'm not doing like, I guess it is kind of a cut crease, but I didn't use concealer to cut out the area, just because if you get the right sort of brush you don't need to with this particular look. I've got this really flat brush from number 7, which is just the eye colour brush, but I'm just going to tap this glitter primer on and then pick up the shade Chi from the Masquerade palette, and that will be our lid colour for today. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going into Chi, which is this sort of like bluey colour with a sort of a hint of purple to it, and I'm just going to tap off my brush and I'm going to start packing this onto the lid and following just the natural shape of my crease. Yeah, so when you're doing something like this, you don't necessarily need to cut out your crease, and especially if you're going to do the white liner afterwards, it sort of defines it without having to use concealer. That is a good tip if you are a bit unsure on cut creases, is use like a liner to define it. And because I've got really deep creases in my eyes, so it's hard for me to get a cut crease to look super sharp. So I usually sort of follow the line with an eyeliner to sort of get that sharp effect. Okay, I'm going back into the Juvia's Place palette and taking the shade Zobo, which is a matte purple colour. I'm just putting that on the outer corner of the lower lash line, and I have it quite far down on the other eye. Sorry, I just moved off of camera there, I was just looking in the mirror. And I'm just going to sort of like blend those shades together. I'm going to go back with my Sigma E40 to sort of fluff them together like how I have done on the other eye. And then for the last colour, I'm going to go into, sorry, second to last colour, I'm going to go into Zola. I'm going to take this, I had a little angled brush here somewhere, there we go. I have this angled brush from Real Techniques, which just looks like this. And I'm going to tap into that and I'm going to put that on the inner part of the lower lash line. And just sort of really hugging the lash line and filling in any gaps as you go. And just check the other side, because on the other side it's sort of worn away a little bit, so I'm just going to reapply it quickly, because the other brush that I used didn't apply it as well as this one. This one's a bit better. So just make sure that they're as even as you can get them. And now I'm just going to take the shade Angelic from the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette on another little angled brush and just put that right on the inner corner there as a sort of highlight shade. I'm just sort of popping that in, and again I'm just going to even that up on the other eye and just make sure they have like a similar amount of product on them. If you can see any fallout, I will clean it up when I've done this bit. So I'm just taking the NYX white liquid liner. This is brand new, I haven't used this before. Well, I'll use it for that eye. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to follow the shape that I've created and then just do 3 dots on the very outer corner, and sort of, you can use your brow to like follow and try and like match up the tail of the brow with the middle, and then that one was sort of like the very edge. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but I'm just going to film myself doing it, and yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. That was really hard to film. I know it probably looked a mess on camera. I'm just going to go ahead and do liner and then put on some lashes off camera because it's really warm over here and I will not be able to do it on camera. Okay, my face is about to melt off, so we're going to get through the rest of this quickly because it's so hot. If you live in the UK, you know that it's like 29 degrees. That's like UK degrees. Like, I know it's different in some places. It's like 29 degrees and that's hot for us English people. So I'm just going to take my Smashbox fan brush and I'm going to go into this Makeup Obsession highlight in the shade 02 Pearl. I actually haven't used this yet. I'm also using the NYX Worth the Hype mascara today, which I haven't used before. That looks pretty on camera. It's sort of like a light gold. I have the shade Moon, which I really like. I don't know if it's exactly the same sort of formula, because some of them are like more like glittery and some of them are more like a nice sort of glow. But I think this is nice. It's pretty. I like it. Usually like a gold highlight can sometimes make me look a bit weird, but I actually really like this. However, it is incredibly powdery. Like, I think even more powdery than the other one. It does look a tiny bit like green on me, which I don't mind, but it depends on your preference. I think it's got sort of like that like antique gold, you know what I mean, slightly green tint to it. But I don't know, I still like it. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's only like £4 I think, and they just come in like a little plastic thing like this. But yeah, no, I do like it. I'm a fan. Okay, so after debating on what lipstick to use, I decided to just go with something neutral and light because I thought I was going to try using this ABH Madison liquid lipstick. You could go ahead and try that. I literally bought lipstick with the same name as me. I can't explain myself. Yeah, I was going to use this, but then I thought I need to go with something neutral because I don't know how well this would match. But you could go ahead and do a bold lip if you wanted to. But I'm just going to go ahead and take the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi, and basically I got this like yesterday and I've already worn it and I really like it. I have a couple of these already, but I really like the shade, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. And finally I'm going to use, this is the Smashbox Prime Water, but it's in a Matte Fix Plus container. Long story short, basically I bought a big one of the Prime Water and then I broke it, so I've just put it in like this because this was empty. And I'm in need of a refresh because my skin in person looks really dry because it's very hot today. And we need a bit of hydration. When you've thoroughly doused your face, you're ready to go. Okay, cool. So I really hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. It's probably going to be quite a short one because, like I mentioned before, I didn't want to do all my foundation and everything on camera because it's so hot. I thought I would just focus on the eye look, but I really hope you enjoyed this and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This is totally not what I had planned. I was going to do the indigo part of my rainbow series, and then it sort of ended up being this, and I'm not going to use this for that. This is just going to be like a separate look. So we'll do the indigo part of the rainbow series eventually. We'll get there. I'm just not really sure how to go about it yet. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!